When cars start sliding off the road, that's exactly when Rick Pendergrass hits the road.
Kind of busy. Definitely been busy.
At each stop, Rick gets the same greeting.
Sure glad you're here.
Do you make a lot of friends on days like this?
Well, you know, it's like I always say, nobody wants to ever call us, but they're always glad to see us, you know.
Matt Beatty's one of the people glad to see him.
And it just slid off. I mean, we didn't touch the brake or nothing. It just kind of went off into the ditch.
In a few minutes, Rick has undone what it took Matt a split second to do.
Definitely stuck it in there pretty good, so I knew it wasn't going to be something simple to get out of there. Glad I had AAA.
Let's see if she'll fire up.
Rick's glad to help.
You know, that's part of the reason I got into this job. I love helping people, you know, and I love dealing with cars, so I get the best of both worlds.
After getting this truck on its way, Rick's on his way to help another stranded driver.
Well, according to the weather, it's not over with, so keep driving safe and be careful, you know, slow down, pay attention, you know. If not, call us, we'll come take care of you.
Help save Louisiana. That's the mission statement for this lemonade stand. 12-year-old Madison Holiday is working here. She's learned a lot this week. She has family just outside New Orleans.
Thanks. Thank y'all for your hard work.
So this is like really nice because lots of people yesterday were like, I'm from New Orleans and thank you very much. And I think it's just really nice for people to be thinking about them in their tough time.
At Ockley and Anniston, with messages like New Orleans needs you, these big-hearted kids have been hard at work 4 days raising money.
Who are y'all going to give it to?
It'll be 100% to New Orleans.
The funds they give to the David Toms Foundation will then help families homeless because of the hurricane. A small business with a big mission.
I hope it goes to help like diapers for babies and diaper rash ointment and shampoo and clothes and everything.
So far, the kids have already raised $1,800. They're hoping to reach $2,000. It's a heartwarming act and a lesson from children wise beyond their years.
Thank you.
I've always wanted to give back to the community, and this is just a time where I can step up and help.
In Shreveport, Tiffany Alaniz, KTAL News Channel 6.
This is what they mean by ODARK 30, a plane load of World War II veterans up well before daylight on a special mission. It's all about them.
This is a thank you that we think is way overdue.
More than 60 years have passed since they did their duty, and time flies. They're boarding a Central Missouri honor flight. That's all about them.
We're rushing the clock because these folks are not in the best of health, and they're leaving us so frequently.
En route to Washington, D.C., you hear of personal history from those who are part of history.
So your grandfather shook hands with Abraham?
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
If you look out both sides of the aircraft, you'll see the water cannons going off.
And on arrival, applause and cheers. Because it's all about them.
It really humbles you.
Because most of these people came back to start their lives over, unnoticed.
When you came home from the war, was it any way like this?
No.
Total strangers even get caught up in the emotion. Their tour bus cruises past all the familiar places and spaces in our nation's capital. But there's only one that's all about them.
Thank you for your service and welcome to your memorial.
The World War II Memorial, honoring every state, every military branch, and 16 million men and women we now call the greatest generation.
This is a war that touched everybody. I have never met anyone who didn't have a father, grandfather, uncle, and I think that's one reason why Honor Flight is so overwhelming for my generation.
As their father posed with Mid-Missouri veterans at the Wall of Stars, his two daughters, who flew from Milwaukee to be here, spoke of the significance of the moment.
I think it's a bit of closure for my father. He's been living with memories for many years.
Iwo Jima survivor Ralph Dobbs grew up in Ava, enlisted in the Marines, raised 5 daughters, earned 5 degrees for a university career, and reminded us monuments do not teach history, but help us remember.
It actually bridges the gap. It's a major bridge between what once was and what is.
2 more are scheduled in November, and on the way back to Missouri,
Elmer Johnson.
1 more mail call. personal letters of thanks.
Well done.
Passed out.
Yeah.
Let's go well.
Yes, sir.
To every veteran, because it's all about them.
Oh, that's great.
Everything we have, we owe to these men and women.
Welcome home. Thank you.
They saved the world for us.
Honolulu, Hawaii, America's paradise in the Pacific. Palm trees, beaches. Why would anybody fly here just to turn around and leave here? Probably to take a Tiger cruise. Not on a fun ship, but this ship.
That's what this ship was designed for, was to launch aircraft. That's the strength of this ship. But the true strength is in the people that run the ship, that work on the ship.
The USS John Stennis on its final leg home, reverently sailing into Pearl Harbor.
Arizona has exploded. The Oklahoma is capsized.
Past the Arizona Memorial and the mighty Missouri.
Chills. I mean, it's a lot of chills. I get chills just going through there.
Taking on 1,100 family members and friends. Third time for this proud mom. And she's amazed at her daughter's role in keeping something so powerful, so flexible and fast.
I like the atmosphere of it.
Tiger cruisers live among loved ones for 6 days and 5 nights to get a feel for Navy life.
What we want to do is give them a diverse taste and schedule of what a sailor experiences every day out at sea.
This is the catapult, right? So this is all the way forward right now. So when they get ready to launch, they're
To see what dads, sons, and daughters do with all of that air power. Eating in the mess, sleeping in bunks the size of caskets. Not exactly the Ritz.
You appreciate what they're going through.
There's even entertainment in the hangar bay.
I grew up on a farm. I appreciate and I like the mission, and I'm really happy to show it off.
The Stennis is wrapping up an 8-month mission to the Arabian Peninsula and back.
It is crazy because I was sitting there thinking, trying to guesstimate how many miles we've sailed.
Days and weeks over nothing but blue water under blue sky produces the same amount of daydreaming for a change of scenery for this Springfield enlistee.
Oh, I'm ecstatic. So I was on the last deployment, and now I'm on this deployment, and I haven't been home, or I was only home for like 4 months.
Manning the rails when the Stennis finally reaches port, the moment that 5,000 sailors, pilots, crewmen, and support personnel have been waiting for. Homecoming. At last. Steve Grant, KY3 News.
It's a true labor of love. The mere sight of it is amazing. It's the Northwest Louisiana Hurricane Relief Center, run entirely by volunteers.
And I just haven't had time to sit down and make all the phone calls.
Jenny Reynolds helped start the center.
My husband was in New Orleans for about a week helping out. He's local law enforcement here. I was hearing all of the stories. Basically, he was saying that it was much worse than what we're seeing on TV. And I was tired of sitting there feeling helpless.
The doors have only been open 48 hours. In that time, they've helped over 700 hurricane victims. Volunteers like Chris Broussard sharing a smile and offering aid.
I just took it upon myself to call our Homeland Security guy and say, I'm ready to take it on. We've got to do something, and we've got to do it now. And I hope I don't step on anybody's toes, but I'm ready.
Thanks to Walmart, they're operating out of an old store building in Minden. Thanks to the Webster Parish residents, this center is up and running, offering clothes, bedding, even bikes.
I am hoping that we can meet as many of the needs that these people have under one roof as we possibly can. Everything from searching for jobs, how to enroll their kids in school, how to seek health care, get prescriptions filled.
The donations keep rolling in, from refrigerators to fans. The kind people here will continue to help the hurricane victims. They're inspired by the hearts of others.
It's really more than I've ever taken in my life. I don't know that anything has touched me like this, and I don't know these people, but yet I feel like I know them now.
And we ran like 9,000 to 10,000 people through it, but it was almost like a transfer station.
This is ready to change my lifestyle as far as...
Hope you make up, but you don't know for sure. But it's always good to know that.
It was more or less that she would wind up in a wheelchair.
I mean, how much we learn and how much the economics. That doesn't mean that everybody.
For every Valentine's Day
weekend.
Yeah.
Have
a lot of medication, a lot of pains where they get this.
Billy was flown here to Cox South Sunday afternoon. His grandmother and his guardian Amanda were.
It is very hard hit. We're standing right off of Highway 62. It cuts right through the middle.
Spears Wednesday evening, he told me, like the rest of this